Hello and welcome to Versus Live. I'm Ross Merriam.
I'm Corey Baumeister.
And we got Dan the man with the plan in the booth.
Hey, don't copy mine.
Say hi, Dan.
Hi, everybody. How y'all doing?
Dan the man with the flan? That's flan.
With the flannel.
That doesn't.
He's not wearing a flannel. No.
No, I was thinking the custard dessert.
Oh.
They make in Latin America.
I would think the enemies in Final Fantasies, the flams.
Is that what they are?
Yeah. They shoot magic. Yeah.
I never play Final Fantasy.
Very mad. You can't really. You couldn't hit him with a sword, or you had to use magic to kill him. I couldn't remember.
You had to use magic.
Yeah.
Then again, the flans are not the most outlandish RPG enemies that we have seen in video game history.
It's definitely Ross is the most outlandish enemy.
I got it. It's Dan the man dancing the can.
Yes, exactly. Nailed it.
I'm wearing these new pants, and they are definitely a little bit more flexible, so I can actually lift my leg up higher.
Nice.
You can't see it; it's off camera. But Dan is dancing the can the entire time. He's really gotten tired of sitting on that nail stool.
Yeah, really just getting up out of it. Smart.
I gotta stay limber.
Yeah. Dan will be taking all your questions, comments, concerns, and burns in the chat. Make sure you tag at Star City Games so he can see them. Send his favorites over to us. As always, we are brought to you by Star City Games, as well as Carnox Chairs. If you want a Carnox chair, make sure you use our affiliate link. That is carnox.com/SCG, because by doing so, you will get 10% off of your Carnox chair. And make sure you go over to Twitter, tag at Cedric A. Phillips, and tell him that we deserve 100% off a Carnox chair.
100%, or at least 99. I'm willing to pay 1% for this chair.
I am not. I want it for free.
Wow.
I put in a lot of work telling other people to do things for me to bother my boss.
And how's that been working out for you?
Not well.
Okay.
Which means y'all are slacking, because it's certainly not my fault.
So this is what we're doing. We're just yelling at the public on Versus Live now? Okay.
What is wrong with all of you? Work harder.
What are we working with today, Mr. Ross Merriam?
We are playing some more standard.
Yeah.
It's been a sweet format. We had some PTQ results over the weekend. We explored a little bit of the post-ban metagame, at least what we expected out of it last week. Today, we get to react to some results, playing some successful decks. I am going to be playing the second place list from Bachatinia, noted MTGO grinder. This was...
And I mean, even more than that, I mean, he's been a mainstay on the Pro Tour now these days.
Oh.
To no surprise to anyone. I mean, he's awesome. He's a phenomenal player.
I did not realize that he fully made the transition.
I only knew that for sure because he beat me at a recent Pro Tour. So.
And it took second place with an interesting looking Golgari food deck. This is using Witch's Oven, Cauldron Familiar. We also have Trail of Crumbs, so we've got that engine to generate a lot of value. But the real big thing is 4 main deck copies of Casualties of War. Yeah,
when I looked and I saw I was playing an enchantment, artifact, planeswalker, creature, land deck, I was like, there's no way that list was found online. You just added 4 Casualties of War so you would wreck me today on Versus Live. And then I looked and he did play that.
Also, you're the one that set up this matchup.
That's true. That's true. But
I don't know, maybe you didn't look at the deck list clearly, but hopefully I get to cast a lot of Casualties of War.
Yeah, I hope I shovel a lot of them to the bottom because they wreck me.
Well, your deck is also going to generate a lot of value.
A lot of value, yes.
A lot of value.
I would say, so I'm playing 5-color Niv-Mizzet here, really focused around Fires of Invention and Lantern of Insight, right?
Chromatic Lantern.
Chromatic Lantern.
Lantern of Insight is
I knew
the
it was
one
close.
from Modern that they use with the Ghoul Callers.
Oh, yeah. Gotcha. So playing those 2 cards to enable just the absurd mana cost we have. I mean, we have cards from like Tolsmere to Thought Erasure here. The Spectrum.
Casualties of War.
Exactly. I got Casualties of War. I got every good card.
The classic Devin and Clarion Casualties of War deck.
Easy. You really got to diversify the amount of guilds you put in so that you have hits off Niv-Mizzet. And this deck is actually really good normally at beating the food decks because you just go so far over the top. Your card advantage is so high. Now, a bunch of Casualties of Wars might be a little bit of a problem, but it should still be a pretty sweet match.
Let's see it.
Let's do it.
I will be on the play since the marbles are sitting right behind me.
Oh, yeah. We had a nice clean sweep before you went on your vacation, huh?
I wouldn't call last week clean.
I would.
Corey did me dirty.
I did do you pretty dirty.
Did me
All
dirty.
right. How's your hand there, Ross?
I don't know. They're looking okay.
Not bad.
Kind of supple. The cards I'm holding, they look fine.
Okay. Yeah, this is fine as well. We have some of our ways to make our mana a little better and some decent cards.
And we'll start on a Witch's Oven.
Every hand kind of looks absurd, to be honest. But All right, we're going to start with a Fabled Passage and say go.
Looks like a deck that you would build when you're 12, and you're just like, wow, this card is sweet. In. This
Exactly.
Card is sweet. In.
You look at your trade binder, like, okay, what rare and mythics can I just put all together?
Paradise Druid. You're up.
We will sacrifice this. We have a basic land of each type because you really, at some points, need a lot. Needless to say, our Fabled Passages are very stressed.
It's a very good land for that deck.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It really is. I don't know if it could exist without the land, to be honest. Okay. Now we don't have a play here, so we'll just go land go.
Okay.
What you got? What you got?
Paradise Druid.
Okay.
Cauldron Familiar. Drain you for 1.
Meow.
You're
19 to 21.
1. And then I will play Gilded Goose.
Okay.
Get a food.
All right.
Like we said last week, our local nutritionist at SCG has put us on a very strict diet.
Yes.
Of nothing but skull apples.
All right. All right.
That's all we eat now.
You are looking rather thin. I mean, maybe you should eat something other than a skull apple here, bud.
No, they're too tasty. I'm addicted now.
Okay. So I am going to start with... Let's start with taking 2. I'm just going to get it to Fairy down to stem the bleeding, bounce this Paradise Druid. Yeah.
I think I want to deny Corey a card here.
Sure.
And I don't think this Paradise... Like, I'll trade this Paradise Druid for whatever this card is.
Yeah.
So, yeah, let's...
Sounds reasonable to me. Get a food. I don't get to draw because of that, so I'll pass you. If I really needed the card, I could have just bounced Witch's Oven. Not that effective, but still fine.
That was a good draw. Trail of Crumbs.
Ooh.
Got a food.
That was really crummy of you.
Attacked Fairy for 1.
Okay.
Do I attack you for 2? Yeah, I think so.
Bring in the pain. Okay.
Good at 15.
17.
No, you shocked.
Oh, I did. Yep. 15, 21?
Yep.
Okay.
And now do I want to do this now? Yeah, if I find like a temple, I'd rather do it now. So let's sack this for a food.
Okay.
Then we'll sack a food to return it.
Yep.
Pay 1 with the trail. Look at the top 2.
Sounds reasonable.
We did find a land. I'd rather take that over another creature that can die.
Okay.
This enters, you go to 14, I go to 22.
Yep.
And then I'll play my land for turn.
14 to 22. Okay. I'll
You're up.
untap. Pretty happy you did that. I'll take 2. Go to 12.
Yep.
I'll cast Fires. And I think I want to do this now. Well, you have the oven tapped. We'll outburst this. That card draw we really want since we get to double look here. All right, so we'll put this into our hand and the other one in the graveyard and pass to you.
Okay, on your end step, I will throw food away to the goose to make a mana, trigger the trail, pay for it. I will select this forest.
So I don't know the other card in your hand, right?
Correct.
Because it was the swamp. Okay. No.
He's a war. So let's hit the fires, and you have a bunch of white and then 1 of every other color.
Yep.
So, I kind of want to stop another fire since that's the way to fix any of your colors. So I think taking the red makes sense.
All right.
This also cuts off any Fable passages from finding more red mana.
That's true.
So I think it's the hardest one for you to replace as well.
I think that's pretty smart.
So we'll do that.
I'm not cool with it, but it seems pretty
1.
smart.
Brings you to 11.
11.
Pass the turn.
Okay, well, untap. We were going to have a really good turn, but since you denied me of that, I guess I'll go with a weak turn here of Lantern and Temple.
Okay, well, that'll do too.
That'll play. All right, we'll put this Thought Erasure on bottom. Your hand's already pretty set up.
Okay, on your end step, I'll sack this and then return it.
Yep.
So
10 to 23.
Yep.
Now I got to start worrying about my life total. We're starting to get down there.
Not the best. Attack for 1.
Okay, 9. My hand just looks absurd. These hands usually do.
Sack this for food. Sack this, trigger trail.
Okay. 8 to 24.
I will select a Murderous Rider. That's not a bad one.
Okay.
And then, yeah, 8 to 24. And I will play an Overgrown Tomb tapped and
Okay.
pass the turn.
All right, now we got to start playing something to get us on the board here. We got a couple options. Think we just start with this, knowing that there's a Murderous Rider.
I shouldn't play an Overgrown Tomb. I should play this Forest.
Okay.
That way I can make a food with this, sack a food for life, and trigger the turn.
Sure, makes sense. Okay, so I think we just want to get this in play. If we look at my hand here, these are our options. We want to do one of these. But I think I would rather kind of stop this Cauldron Familiar from at least pinging me for one. Maybe it is correct to cast this just because it's harder to cast if we were to lose our Lantern. But we do have another one. So, all right, we're going to go with Garrick.
The Cursed Huntsman.
The Huntsman.
Making some wolfy boys.
Yeah, I think so. Then we'll pass it to you. I'm guessing you're killing it immediately.
I think I would rather just generate some value because I can... The only things I can't double spell with is like Casualties of War, which I will just use that instead of the Murderous Rider.
Yeah, that seems good.
So I'm going to make a food with the Goose with 2 of the mana, then sack a food for 3 life, and trigger the Trail.
Okay.
So I'm at 27.
Yep.
No!
Yes. Let's go. Let's go.
Jesus. Okay. Let's write that down.
Okay.
So this is on an adventure. Right there.
We got our nice adventure tokens here.
So I'm at 25.
Yep.
Then I will play a Temple of Melody.
Okay.
And that's an interesting one. I think we're going to keep that one on top.
Okay.
And I will pass the turn.
All right. We'll untap. Ooh, that was a pretty good draw. Pretty good draw. Okay, now we got some options. We got some options here. Now, what do we want to do? Probably just want to restock here.
Sounds like a Niv-Mizzet.
That is an option. Niv-Mizzet's pretty sweet. But we can also mess with your little combo you got going here. I think it's best to just get a giant creature down. Let's play Niv-Mizzet. All right, top 10. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so Rakdos, Gruul, Dimir, Azorius. Is it? All right, we'll get those 5. That's it. All right. Oh, these are at bottom, right? Yep. They've always just done this for me online. All right. So now we got a lot of cards. A lot of cards. Now, I think we can safely attack here. You're running a little low on food. I'll attack.
Block with Cauldron Familiar, sack it.
Yep.
Food. Take 2. I go to 23.
All right. And I think that's all. Yeah, I'll say go.
You have 8 cards in here?
I will. Yep. I'll have to discard.
So if I bring back the Cauldron Familiar now, you just get to Carnage it and not discard. So I don't think there's a reason to do that now, though I do get to trigger Trail. So I'm denying myself a card. Yeah, so I'll just do it. Okay, sack the food, trigger Trail.
Okay.
Show you... Both of these are good. Because this really shuts off... If I get Brontodon, it'll really shut off your mana, destroying the Lantern. But I really have to worry about this Niv-Mizzet.
Niv-Mizzet is big.
So I think I do have to take the Massacre Girl.
Okay. Makes sense to me.
And then I will make a food to the Goose.
Okay.
I assume this is getting carnaged. No?
You can just bring it back. So, yeah, we might as well.
So I take 1 to 22.
I got.
Oh, no. Well, this came back. So we went to 7 to 24, right?
Or I had you on 22 going to 23. and then now back down to 22, but I could be wrong.
I went.
So I'm at 7 for sure.
Yeah.
What do we got over there for life totals? 723. Okay, yep. I was right. You were wrong.
Yeah. So I went up to 24 from this, and then this will bring me to 23.
Yeah.
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 So 7 to 23
Okay.
after everything's said and done. And then we'll is there any point in bringing it back now? No, because I can't pay for the trail and it's not attacking through this Niv-Mizzet.
Okay.
So,
Makes sense to me.
Yeah. So still 7 to 23.
All right.
Still drawing not well. Okay. Let's start by bringing back familiar and triggering the trail.
Yeah, I really got to start breaking up this combo somehow here. Goose, okay.
So 6 to 24 now.
Yep.
Then Gilded Goose.
Okay. Get a food.
Yep.
And with, you can take down Niv-Mizzet now if you want with Massacre
Yep.
Girl.
I'm gonna make a mana trigger the trail.
Okay.
Select there.
Okay. Now you could just kill that if you want.
Think I would rather Massacre Girl at this point.
Makes sense.
So let's Massacre Girl.
Yep. So -1 and then 5 creatures die.
Yeah.
So -6.
But with the trigger on the stack, I'll sack one.
Yep.
So I end up with a food.
Okay.
But everything is going to die. And now I want to be able to pay for trail with this food for the familiar, so I'll play an untapped land and pass.
Okay. All right. So we're kind of starting over here. All right. Well, that wasn't a land, but that is a way to find a land. So we'll flower for a green. All right. Now I really want to try to break up this combo. I don't know what is more important to take, the oven or the trail. Think it's probably the trail. All right, we're going to Knight of Autumn. Destroying. This is tough. So the oven is what keeps it going for you, but you can just like attack and deal with it that way. But the trail just gets you so many cards, so I think we're going to take the trail.
Okay. Trigger on the stack.
Yep.
Sack to return the familiar. I'll take a forest.
Okay.
This will come back 5 to 25.
Yep. 5 to 25. And then I will go with a Teferi.
Yep.
And I got to bounce Massacre Girl. I'm just at too low of a life. And then pass to you.
That was pretty good.
What'd you get now? Another Casualties of War? God.
And you just have no red mana anyway.
Yeah. You can't shut off a color.
I'll take the black and green.
All right. I knew these Casualties of Wars were going to come up a lot, and yeah, they definitely are.
Attack for 1.
Down to 4.
Hey, Ross, isn't your trail in the graveyard?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's how you're winning. You're cheating.
Yeah. Shock to 23.
Okay.
Cast Murderous Rider.
Okay.
You can go.
All right. And I did destroy land, right? Yep. Okay. Ooh. That's pretty good. If I had a little bit more life.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
Let's see. Kin Wrath here, which I might just have to do. I'm just at such a low life here. Kind of think it's the only choice right now, so we'll time wipe.
Sack here for food.
Okay.
This goes on the bottom.
Okay, and then Steam Vents tapped and say go.
End step, sack, return.
Yep.
3 to 24.
Yep.
Closing in.
Closing in for sure.
We're one short. Oh, that'll do it.
Dang it.
Attack you for 2.
Yep.
You go to, or attack you to 1. You go
Yep.
to 2. Sack for food. Return. You go to 1. Play another oven.
Yep. That'll do it. I had a nice one, but couldn't get there.
Very close.
That was a close one. That was a close
nice
one.
ethereal absolution.
Just all these, yeah, I mean, your main deck ways to destroy all my giant enchantments is definitely not great for me, believe it or not.
Well, I think we're going to see a lot of main deck enchantment removal because Fibers of Invention is just one of the most powerful things you can be doing in Standard.
Well, mainly a lot of artifact and enchantment removal, like Brontodon, like Casualties, because decks, you're going to play against either Fires or Witches Oven or Trail of Crumbs throughout a tournament multiple times. So it makes sense to be packing these kind of heat, you know?
And Casualties and Brontodon are both just fine main deck cards. You know, they're powerful on their own. Brontodon plays defense against aggro, attacks Planeswalkers. You know, Casualties is just this big over the top, you know.
Yeah. And even against like Wilderness Reclamation, you know, that's notoriously a really bad matchup for the food decks. They just go over the top. Yeah. But main deck Brontodon actually gives you a little bit of breathing room where you can actually somewhat get aggressive and have that protection against Wilderness Reclamation, which is very important. So, all right, well, we shuffle up for our second game. You got any questions for us, Dan?
Yeah, I do.
All right.
First off, we have a not really a question, but something from Viper 12 Skies. First up, Ross. If you mull to 0, he will buy you a jazz ticket?
Yeah.
This has been an offer on the table for a while.
So someone came into my stream and was like, I offered this to Ross earlier. I'm going to do it again on Tuesday. I was like, yeah, why not?
And also, Corey, thank you for playing their list.
Oh, for the Niv-Mizzet one? Or?
Yes, yeah.
Oh, maybe it was blue-white control later on.
Maybe that one. I'm not sure. They didn't respond.
Yep. Got a man by the... Now, this could be a fake last name, but the person who gave me the blue-white list, their full Twitter name is Logan, guy who broke blue-white control list. You know, a guy who broke blue-white control list could be a maiden name, but I'm guessing it's not. So
very interesting title.
Yeah, very interesting. Let's take one more down if you got it.
Yeah, sure. One of our favorite Twitch
handles. Oh.
No.
I was just guessing.
Favorite Twitch handles, Boom Chicken Nuggets.
Boom Chicken Nuggets. All right.
Jokingly asked, do you think WotC will ban Witch's Oven and Cauldron Familiar? It was like, no.
Let's get real. That wasn't a joke. That's the next ban we're all calling for. If there's nothing to ban in Standard, why would we have a Standard, right? Like, you always need to have something that needs to be banned. That was sarcasm. Yeah. No.
I love me some Cauldron Familiar Witch's Oven.
Yeah. And now, how do you feel? Everything else got banned, so now the card is good. Are you happy about it?
I'm ecstatic.
Yeah, there are so many ways there's so many direct ways that we can actually deal with.
All right. Well, if we look at this hand, of course our mana doesn't agree with us, but you know we are playing an absurd mana base. Here's just a prime example. I'm mulligan.
I've got a 5-lander.
Okay.
But it's 2 reasonable cards.
Okay.
And I got a temple.
Cat, Witch's Oven. Let's go.
I should probably mulligan this, but I don't want to.
Okay, keep it for science.
I don't want to.
For the science.
For the science. Ah! Well, I can't keep this one.
Yeah. The London mulligan is just has to recalibrate how, you know, those sorts of decisions. So marginal hands are just mulligans now.
For sure.
And for us old farts that have been around for 15 years, it's hard. It's
hard to get out of it. I don't like mulliganing.
All right.
Yeah.
So now Hysteus asks
Knew
the
it.
question.
Knew it.
Is Leyline of the Void a good sideboard card against Cat Oven decks, or is it too narrow?
No, it's definitely good. It's definitely good. You need something like that to shut off the engine. If you shut off the engine, they don't have a ton of card advantage, and that really just, stops their whole plan. They need a large amount of cards to get going.
Also, we usually think about Leyline of the Void as this card that needs to be in your opening hand, but these cat food decks are trying to play a really long game. And so you can just cast Leyline on turn 4
Oh, yeah.
and be okay in a lot of spots.
Yeah.
We also have Graph Digger's Kennel.
That's fair. All right. I suppose I can keep this. It's barely playable, but
My hand is better.
All
and
right.
I'm going to put this one, since this is more of a late game card anyway, on the
all
bottom.
right, I'll put these 2 on the bottom. We're on a mulligan to Oblivion here, and we'll pass to you.
Ooh. I'll shock to 18 and play an oven.
All right. I will sacrifice this. We need some help from the top of the deck, let me tell you. Let me tell you. Still can't believe you have 4 main deck Casualties of War. When I'm just trying to have fun, play some Niv-Mizzets and stuff.
Ugh, that's not good.
Don't worry, we only have 3 cards. All right, well, I could try to deprive you of the Paradise Druid. That seems kind of smart. Or I could try to deal with like Brontodon. I think I kind of need to, because Brontodon is pretty bad for my strategy.
Sounds like a Fires of Invention hand. Especially when you start Island Swamp. You're not casting a lot of spells regularly off of that.
Well, I think I'm going to take this just because it slows you down so much and I need some help. All right, I think we can keep this.
And Paradise Druid.
Oh my God.
You're up.
Unreal. Go.
What? I'm gonna play Midnight Reaper.
Okay.
That way, if my Paradise Druid dies, I at least get a card towards another land,
Smart.
and then I'll pass the turn.
All right. We're going to untap. We got the old Grixis mana here. Okay. Well, I think we will play this. We'll go with Thought Erasure.
Or Goose.
Yeah, we'll get that Brontodon out of there. We're just hoping you never get to Casualties of War here. All right, we'll surveil this and pass to you.
Now I'm in an interesting spot where, like, do I want to play Goose or do I want to just activate Castle?
Yeah.
I think I want to activate Castle.
Okay.
You go to 17.
Yep.
Pass the turn.
All right. Oh, we're just so dead. Your turn.
End step, I'll take 3, go to 15.
Yep.
And okay, now
Guess you can't casualty yet, but
it's Scry.
yep.
This seems like a reasonable card. No, it seems unnecessary, actually.
Okay.
And I think I just want to make sure I can casualties next turn, so let's play a Goose, get a food,
Okay.
and attack for 3.
Okay.
Bring you to 14.
14. Yep.
Pass the turn.
All right. Untap.
Probably getting like Deafening Clarion or something. I have a casualties,
Oh, I know. Yikes. Yikes.
This doesn't seem like a removal spell.
I could cast a removal spell, but it doesn't do much.
Is it Angrass Rampage?
No. All right, we're just gonna take 2 and play a Niv-Mizzet. Try to restock,
Yeah, brings you to 12.
since we'll probably never be able to cast this for a while. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, that's not great. I don't get Niv-Mizzets, right? No, yeah. All right, and your turn.
Oh, sorry, what were the 2 cards again?
It's Fairy
Fairy
Knight
and
of
Knight of
Autumn.
Autumn.
Yep.
Okay, so we definitely want to take out either the green or the blue mana.
Yeah, I can't cast anything, so don't you worry.
Yeah, so we'll casualties the creature and the artifact, and I feel like I'd rather take out green. Green is going to help fix your mana.
Yep.
Cast like Flower Flourish or maybe probably a Paradise Druid somewhere. Maybe, I don't know.
Who knows?
But yeah, I'll take the Stomping Ground out and then attack you for 3.
9.
You can go.
All right. No. All right, we're dead. Go. Casualties of War as a 4 of is not fun with Niv-Mizzet when I rely on my artifacts and enchantments.
Attack you for 5.
All right, down to 4.
Play this. Play an Oven.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
All right. Well, we can't cast a spell.
Gonna casualties you again.
Oh, thanks. How fun. All right, well, that wraps it up for our pre-board. We're going to head to the sideboard here we got some time, right? Oh, yeah, we got plenty. We're going to head to the sideboard here and see if I can get any help from the board or see if Ross just continues to be so very lucky. So stay tuned on Versus Live. All right, and welcome back to Versus Live here, sideboarding with 5-color Niv-Mizzet against Golgari Food. So from my end, my sideboard does just look outrageous. But, I mean, once again, it is because our mana base is 5 colors. You can cast anything with Lantern or Fires. So you really just want to play the best cards. But you also got to keep it very spread out amongst the guilds. So it's a very fine line that you have to toe here. So what I'm bringing in is answers for Oven and Trail of Crumbs, as well as Casualties of War. And then Kaya can occasionally get a cat or something if I play it in such a way where I get you to tap out an Oven or something like that, or at least pressuring your graveyard tends to help a little bit. It's not insane or anything, but there's chances that I can either exile it when it's in play or get it when it's in the graveyard. Cards we're taking out, Rouse Outburst. Anything with Oven, Rouse Outburst comes out because you can blank it so easily. I normally just have to Lightning Bolt to the face, and that's not a very good rate for a spell like that. Carnage Carnival is okay, but you have so much card advantage, so the Carnage side is not that great. Carnival, once again, doesn't do much if I'm just killing cats. Your best hope is getting a Paradise Druid. And then Time Wipe. Wraths actually aren't that great. Deafening Clarions kill everything but Massacre Girl anyways, plus the lifelink from it, which I can give to Niv-Mizzet sometimes, is usually really key when you're nickel and diming me with the Cat Witch Oven. And yeah, we're trying that out. You got a lot of sideboard changes. It's like you're pre-boarded for this matchup or something, Ross Merriam.
So I felt a little bad about how horribly I defeated you in those first 2 games.
Yeah, did you?
Yeah, so I'm downgrading a little bit. I'm going from massacre to murder. I'm only killing 1 person instead of a large number of people.
You're only playing against 1 person, though, so it's still the same.
Yeah, but you seem like 12 people with how much energy you have.
Oh, thank you. I've had some Red Bull today. So,
so we're going to cut 1 Massacre Girl, bring in an extra Murderous Rider from the sideboard. The Niv-Mizzet deck really goes tall, doesn't really go wide. So Massacre Girl, not great. Whereas Rider can just pick off Niv-Mizzet, can pick off a Planeswalker.
Sure.
Generates, an easy card advantage. So a nice little 2-for-1.
I like it. Okay, so we're going to get to this match. You are already up 2-0. So I'll be on the play again. I got to at least get 1 from you here. I swear, the Niv-Mizzet deck is sweet. Against the 4 main deck, Casualties of War, a little less sweet, but still sweet nonetheless. Do we got any questions, Dan, while we're shuffling up?
We do.
What do we got? What do we got?
So from Igloo Boy 8, what do you guys think about Esper Hero? I'm thinking about playing it in a WPNQ, sideboarding Grafdigger's Cage for the cat food deck.
I think it's okay. I think I would rather sideboard Leyline from a deck that can cast a Leyline. I think that's just better hate. But because I don't know, does the cage really do much? Creatures can't come in, so I guess it stops the cat from coming back.
Yeah.
I guess that's enough.
Reasonable.
Yeah. But I mean, there is just Brontodons, Casualties of War. Maybe that's just why Casualties of War was chosen as a 4 of. It beats all the hate that people were preemptively bringing in. But yeah, I mean, Shaheen Sarani wrote a great article about Esper Hero, so make sure to read that one. And I do think it's a reasonable deck choice. I'm skeptical until I see it put up some good results, because Shaheen will gravitate towards the Esper colors no matter what.
That is true.
So I'd like to see it in action. And I did play it a little bit. I wasn't really impressed because the loss of Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, is so huge. That was your card that tied everything together with that. Like now I think you have to play like Ethereal Absolution as your big card, you know?
Yeah, Teferi was your larger than life card.
It really
Playing
was.
hero,
yeah.
you got to be larger than life.
You gotta be. Because I mean we need a hero. We're looking out for a hero until the morning light, you know? I mean, he's gotta be fast. He's gotta be strong.
Got to be larger than life.
He's gotta be larger than life. That's what we need from a hero. So
We're missing that third element.
exactly. So great question. Thank you, Dan, for that good question.
Yeah, no problem.
Dan is now leaving the studio to quit his job.
He is
Between the
going-
stool and the singing, he has had enough.
Yes. Dan is going back to school. He's just going to
Yeah.
become an accountant.
Smart, you know. All right. Good luck this game, but I'm gonna crush you, okay? I'm gonna keep 7. Things are gonna be good. This is off to a horrible start. Horrible start. Oh my god. Wow. Can we look at this hand before I mulligan in rage? Look at this. I can't cast a single spell, and I have 3 of these.
I have a weird hand. I think this is actually a mulligan. I start on Cauldron Familiar, Trail of Crumbs, but then I just have a bunch of expensive cards. I only have 2 lands. The Trail and Cauldron Familiar don't really go together because I don't have an oven.
No. You need an oven. Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Much like
so,
Agricola.
while you guys are shuffling up, from Kotaru X, what are the pros and cons of Jund versus Golgari food? And what's your opinion on Mayhem Devil? Spoiler, I like Corvold, but dislike Devil.
I think that's a crazy claim because I think the reason to play Jund is Mayhem Devil and not necessarily Corvold. And it's a very specific metagame on which one you want to play. I think the Golgari decks are a lot better against Jeskai Fires, like the control deck, stuff like that. But if you're expecting more adventure side, more creature sides, Mayhem Devil is off the charts. Like, if you're expecting to play against like green-black adventures, Mayhem Devil just destroys that deck single-handedly. But if the pings don't necessarily matter, it's just better to play Golgari. It's more consistent. You get better sideboard hates. You get to play Casualties of Wars like Ross, the jerk over here. It's just all around better against those type of decks. But small creatures, Jund is better. So it's definitely a metagame call. But I prefer Golgari right now because the Jund Adventure or the Golgari Adventure decks are kind of thrown out because Jeskai Fires and Jund Sacrifice is a pretty bad matchup.
Yeah. I would echo that sentiment. I would say in general, I like Golgari for the cleaner mana base. I haven't been super impressed by Corvold. I do like Mayhem Devil quite a bit. But the cleaner mana in Golgari is really what it's all about. And Trail of Crumbs is powerful enough to power the engine, so you don't really need to go super crazy over the top with more synergies there.
Yep, I agree. Okay, I'm going to keep this. This hand's not great, but none of these hands do look insane.
Yeah. I have a fine hand too. I think I'm going to put the removal spell back.
Okay.
Just focus on developing my battlefield.
I like it. Stomping around, go.
Forest, Goose.
Use, honk. All right.
So hungry for these.
Pass
spell
to you.
apples. Ooh, that's a nice one.
Oh. Okay.
Paradise. Do I want to play Paradise Druid here and get blown up by a Deafening Clarion? Probably not, because I'm not really accelerating to anything right now.
Okay.
So I think I'll just start with a Trail of Crumbs.
Crummy. That's really crummy of
And
you.
get the food, and
Okay.
then I will pass the turn.
Okay. All right, so now we are going to bring in this beautiful card we sideboarded and exile this.
Okay, I'll sack a food and trigger the trail.
Yep.
Let's take a Witch's Oven.
Okay. Then we'll pass to you. We got a reader. That card hasn't been played in so long. What do you got? What do you got?
Midnight Reaper.
Midnight Reaper. Okay.
You're up. Getting punished for keeping this Midnight Reaper instead of the Murderous Rider. Is that? Kaya is very annoying.
Yeah, it's going to be a little tough for you, but not insanely hard. All right, let's kill that. And then let's exile it.
That's pretty good.
And play
Is it-
this and say go.
I thought there was a +2. My bad.
no,
Okay.
only +1.
So I can attack and force a trade. But that's not going to do a whole lot. Except it will draw me a card.
Yeah.
Which I kind of want to do to try to find an answer for this Kaya. So, yeah, let's attack.
All right, I got a block.
Okay.
Priced in.
I'll lose a life.
Okay. You go to
I'm at
19.
That's not good. Play another druid.
Okay.
You're up.
All right. We're not going to sack this land because we don't know exactly what color we need yet.
Yeah, and it's going to enter untapped anyway.
Yep. All right. So now we're going to go with a temple, scry. I think we can safely keep this one. Now, just want to keep you off as much as I can. So we're going to Clarion here. Both modes.
Sure.
All right. Up to 2 cards this year, you gain life of at least 1. So I just want one of your creatures.
Sure. So you go to 22.
Yep. And yep, pass to you.
You're up.
Okay. Now we're going to cast a Fires. Niv-Mizzet. All right, let's spin.
This is not going so well.
7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so Gruul, blue, white, black, white. Get these 3. And we'll exile just your Midnight Reaper.
So it's Dovin's Veto, Ravager Worm, and Mortify.
And Mortify, yep.
Okay, you're 24.
24. Your turn. But there's a certain card that I'm very afraid of. Okay. Got it to the bottom.
Yeah, the one trail trigger I had.
Was that?
Yeah.
Impressive. I know one of the other, maybe 2 of the other 3 are probably in your hand. I'm going to join Dan in the accountant field if you play Casualties of War this turn.
God, I wish I had it. It would be so sweet to have run that slow roll.
Just Casualty of War me into retirement.
You're an okay card. I get to deal with the fires, which is nice.
Okay.
And I'll pass.
All right. Okay, we'll attack.
13.
All right. Now, what do we want to do? Do I want to just keep open Dovin's Veto for the rest of the game just to stop you from doing things forever? Maybe. Is damage equal to the number of owns and exile? Okay, so we'll just exile yours.
26.
Truly matter. I don't think that's quite worth it yet, so I think we're going to go like this. And then we're going to sack this for blue and get Garrick. And make some tokens, and it'll be your turn. Wolf back. Now your Casualty of War only kind of blows me out.
Cauldron Familiar.
Sure.
You go to 25, I go to 14.
Yep.
Massacre Girl.
Okay. So, -1.
Yep. Then those die. Niv-Mizzet lives.
Yeah. Remember, you can do the trick of bringing it back and triggering it again, but that's
Yeah,
only
but
4
that's gonna end up one
sacrifices.
short.
Yep. If you had one more food, you could have actually killed
Actually,
it.
hold on.
If you have an oven, you can also kill
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
So I play the oven first, play the
Yeah.
familiar, play this, trigger
Trigger.
on the stack,
Yep.
sack for a food.
Now another trigger comes, you
Yeah,
bring
so
it
now
back.
there's 2 Massacre Girl triggers. Then we sack this, bring it back.
Yep.
You go to 24, I go to 15.
Yep.
So now this is now this dies.
And now these die.
So now that's
3 triggers coming to this, so there's going to be a 1/1, and then you bring it back for one of the triggers. Yep.
Yeah, bring it back before the last trigger resolves.
Yep.
It dies again. And
Yep.
That's 6. I hope everybody followed that.
2 counters.
You can go. I'm still laughably far behind.
Oh yeah. Well,
If I had that Murderous Rider for my 7,
noticeably, I get to eat that this time.
yep,
Nom 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 nom. 25,
26.
26.
You gain 2.
Okay. Oh, but I lost a lot from the cat.
Oh, yeah,
So yeah,
that's the other
I'm
trigger.
up to. We got 25 for me. 24.
Yeah.
I think you're right on that. Yeah.
Well, no, you were at 24, and then you gained 2. You should be at 26.
Okay.
26 to 15.
Okay. Now let's go with. Let's eat this. Wait, can I do this? No, I can't. I don't even have 1 green, let alone 2 green. I'm so far off from
You
casting
have
that.
a green. You have stop a ground.
Yeah, but that's using my red. Okay.
You have 1 of the 3 colors you need.
Yeah. Now, I think I want to just deal with this Massacre Girl.
My history to Garrick? Or...
Nah, I got other stuff. Let's just mortify that.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I knew that was there.
And I'll just put these wolves into play. And then say go.
All right, just holding up Dovin's veto.
Oh, yeah.
Now I do.
Oh, yeah. Play it. Play it right now. I'll counter it. Let's go. Life's all about small victories here, y'all.
I draw on that last turn.
All right, let's see here. So these could be 3 3s. These could be 6 6s. 12. 12 plus 6, 18. All right, let's go. Ethereal Absolution, ultimate, attack, ultimate. 16 damage.
That's 18 damage.
Is it? Or 18, yeah.
Yeah.
A little overkill. All right. Whenever you win games with this deck, it feels outrageous because you're just doing the most obscene things. But
Yeah, I mean, I
but
had
when you lose, it feels real bad.
the Kaya there was insane because I just had Cat
Yeah.
Oven. I just couldn't play them.
Yeah.
Because they just did nothing.
Yep.
If I had had the Murderous Rider early for that, then, I have Cat Oven going. Maybe I can, get something going.
But you still accurately assess the situation on turn 3. I had Clarion or Kaya, so it just didn't matter what you played. Playing Paradise Druid, if I just had Kaya, would have been much better. But I had Clarion to blow you up for that, too.
And you had Knight for the Trail. So
Yeah,
that
was my hand. Yeah, and then I had 4 colors, and I had Niv-Mizzet. So I'm like, all right, all we need is just one of a random color, and we're going to get there. So, So we needed a little help from the deck. We got there. But not bad.
Yeah. When that deck gets going, it can really, go over the top. It's just that in the first 2 games, my synergies are the ones that were getting going, and then I capped you in check with Casualties of War.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when your answers lined up, and they just lined up perfectly there. You had Knight of Autumn for Trail, you had Deafening Clarion in case I went wide. Instead, you had Kaya to stop the value train.
Yeah.
Then you had Dovin's Veto back to stop Casualties of War, which is my way to get back in the game.
Yeah.
Drew a bunch of extra cards with creatures and planeswalkers.
Yeah. And one thing I want to say about this deck is, we did kind of get wrecked here, but it is a little bit of how the decks are constructed. And if the decks continue to be in this direction for Golgari, this is not a good choice because you are heavily relying on the enchantments and the artifacts and your mana base being intact. So, Casualties of War literally is the worst possible card for the deck. So, if this becomes the direction that Golgari, you just can't play this. But this deck against traditional food or Jund food that's trying to nickel and dime you and ping you with Mayhem Devil and play, Corval, the giant creature, you don't care about that kind of stuff. As long as your mana is intact, you're doing more powerful things no matter what. Niv-Mizzet is a messed up Magic card. It's really messed up, but this deck does struggle against specific things like that. Certain control decks tend to be a little tough too. But I've had really good results with this deck, and it's a ton of fun to play. So if you have, about 4, carry the 3 divided by 2, 1,000 wild cards to spare on Arena, give this deck a try. Because that's pretty much what it is. It's a rare and mythic binder.
5 basics.
Yeah, and that's it.
70 mythics.
That's it, pretty much. But it is a real deck. It is really fun. But Batatuni, I don't know how to exactly say his name.
I think it's Botatinia.
Botatinia, yeah.
That's my guess.
Pretty close. He's a phenomenal Magic player and is always on the cutting edge of building decks. I look to him. I look to Jabberwocky. And Phil Ivey, another great player. Those are the pillars of Magic Online, people that I look to.
Different game.
Oh, yeah. No, I ask him every time. There's a Phil Ivey on Magic Online.
I'm sure he doesn't get that ever, so it's good that you ask him.
Exactly. So it's really a breath of fresh air that he gets to ask about his name. Yeah. But anyways, that's a great deck as well to play. Next, we are going to be having a Azorius control deck that was sent to me by a friend. The deck is really sweet. Been posting up a lot of results. Even took down a PTQ this last weekend against a Temur Reclamation deck. Kind of a deck that's been falling out of favor a little bit. just because, main deck artifact and enchantment removal has been popping around, as well as just other matchups like Flash that really, really destroy it. And that's a little prelude to our final match as well. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with match 2 on Versus Live.